Welcome to MotoGP Mac, where MotoGP fans come to congregate and fanboys fear to tread. I'd just like to give a shout out to they've been helping me out with my BMW. They're going to straighten it out with the starting problem in the cold. And I put a BT tune on it and put it in the cold and keep it overnight to make sure it's starting in the cold. BMW, they're just going above and beyond. So the service manager Danny's a great guy, and the owner Bob's a great guy. And I've had the bike for 4 years, so it's not. But it had this problem since day one because BMW tried to get ahead of the Euro specs. Instead of saying, "Oh, we have to have Euro 5 by, X date," they want to go Euro 6 by X date. And that's where they're getting a problem with the cold. I found out they're even having problems with cars now, where the cars won't start. Like in the upper states in the United States where it's cold.
What you're actually saying, Jake, is cars are gone woke. Is it? It's too cold outside. I can't play. I don't want to go.
They want you to get the electric.
I saw the show, and the guy's like, "It's 10 degrees." We forgot to. I hope this thing starts, but you didn't put the heaters on. Like 10 degrees. Why?
Oh well, look. I have to admit, we've had pretty cold weather over here, and every morning I've kind of hit the app before I got into the car to have the heated seats on and the heated steering wheel. Is just, but I'm getting old, this kind of thing. Anyway, a little bit of excitement, I suppose, this week. We had Aprilia launching with Jorge Martin and Ducati, and lads, there's just something about running number one. Firstly, I do think he wanted to run it, and secondly, the amount that he knows that it pisses Davide Tarazzi off, he has to run it. He absolutely. But I know there was comments about when we talked about this last time. People are like, "Oh, it's changing someone's brand." Get fucking real, right? Your favorite rider wins a championship, and he moves his number from 46 to 1. Are you telling me you're not going to buy a jersey with or a t-shirt or a fucking jacket with your favorite rider ever?
Yeah.
And he has fucking number 1. Of course you fucking are. There is.
I'm looking for it now. What are you talking about?
And you can 100% keep your branding. You look at Pecco, for instance, he had his 63 and his number in the number 1, but he also had 63 on the back of his helmet. Do you know what I mean?
Right.
Martin has his number in there, so you can keep your branding. But there's just something fucking very sexy about having number 1 in the
I love the way they did it in gold. The gold, the black, the red, it all mixed together so well.
Yeah, 100%.
That may be my second favorite team now. Aprilia and with Jorge over there. So
I always liked Jorge, and I always liked Aprilia. It's always the underdog. They're the little engine that could. We'll outthink somebody. We don't have the money, but we'll outthink you.
I fucking hate Aprilia because something. They're when you look at their bikes, it's so fucking hard to find what's different. You look at the rear swing arm, right? It's the same. There's just a cover over it every fucking time, and you're like. And next to someone says they're running a new swing arm, and there I am like a fucking bastard, then trying to look at fucking all different angles, slow motion in the TV, and I'm just like, I can't fucking see it, and then I drive myself to drink.
Over the swing arm now they have that box, and that's for air to get the air around the engine, make it cool.
Yeah. No, but it's even it's just someone did contact me, and they were like, the Aprilia bike the new Aprilia bike looks really great. I was like, that's 2023's bike. So the bike that they were showing on was the Aero from 2023.
Oh, no.
And they're like,
talk about liveries. I hope that Mark Marquez's livery, that light red, bright, less bright, or more bright.
We'll talk about that one in a minute. Because that's
the worst livery I've seen. Christ.
Although we are on shooting on Saturday, this is actually going live around the time that the Lenovo Ducati one is launched. But for me, I think Martin in his thing, like the way he was talking was like he finally has the love that he wanted from a team. Do you know what I mean? And the team.
And Aprilia, sorry, they're too loving, in my opinion.
They are, they are. Now saying that, look, I suppose they've got their heart broken by 2 riders last year, so they were keen to reach out. Like the Maverick issue was still very weird. I can understand El Capitan, and actually I must get back to El Captain John. I'm very sorry. I haven't forgot you, but I'm just
running like a chicken's head chopped off.
Yeah. And look, we'll probably do something closer to the test as well, or maybe after the test, so that there's a lot to talk about. Because testing is coming up very, very soon. Woo! CB has dropped out somewhere. I don't know where he's gone, but I'm sure he'll be back in. What was I going to say? But yeah, so look, for Martin, really interested to see exactly how he's going to get on. He does seem to be happy with the team. Like, realistically, let's be fair, Jake, though, they haven't really turned a wheel in anger. I know they've done the one-day test and whatnot. That was, there's not a lot really other than, getting used to how they sit in the bike, getting a bit comfortable.
Yeah, he said that. He said, well, I've just been creeping up to it. Remember?
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. So yeah, it will be will be interesting, I suppose, to see exactly how he fares out in the first actual test, if you get me. Because I'm not 100% sure. Not 100% sure, can he exploit or can he get over those weaknesses? Like, we know Aprilia's major weakness is in braking, and I don't know, can he get around that? But saying that, let's wait and see.
He did say the braking improved.
He did say the braking improved, but
improved enough.
Ducati are going to fucking improve their braking.
Yeah.
And that's the problem. Anyway, but look, it'll be interesting. Bezzecchi, he's a big unknown for me, really. Do you know what I mean? Like, he's fucking either hit or miss, and like 2022, he was really, really good. 23, he was really good. 24, he was 23, he was really good on the 22. 24, he was crap on the 23. And he did hurt himself. I
forgot what it was.
Yeah, he did injure himself. But look, at the end of the day, I can't remember what he did.
Something like that.
Yeah, it was something. But look, I wonder, and this was one of my things where when we commented in 2024 or 23 about going on a 24 Ducati, was like, will he be able to develop the bike? And like, what we saw from 2023 is that they had a problem from the 2023 bike, is that he couldn't find his feel out of it. Do you know what I mean? He couldn't develop with them a way of, I suppose, getting the feeling on the front of the bike. Yes, the flywheel helped, but that was something for everyone. Do you know what I mean? Whereas he couldn't find a setting that he could get comfortable with, or he couldn't ride through the discomfort. So, like, you look like the likes of Mark, Pecco, Martin, even Jack Miller would be someone of that, as like where the vibrations are fucking banging, or Pedro, he's just not taking any fucking notice of him and trying to push on, So
not surprising, since Bezzecchi was the one that always said, I love rain, crappy weather, and I just push through it. You know what I mean? I just ignore it and go. So you figured he would be the guy that wouldn't mind problems of that nature.
Yeah, and that's kind of where I'm looking at him, is like just a little bit. I don't know.
He had a rough year. Looks like
he did. He did have
year.
He did have a very, very rough year. His performance was piss poor. That's the only way you can, and that's not his fault 100%, right? He didn't get on with the bike, and that's
23.
That he just didn't get on with it. There was other riders didn't get on with it. Do you know what I mean? So anyway, it is. It's just one of those things that I think are, yeah. It like if he goes there and he fails, like
he's done.
It's done. It's a as I like to call them, ejection seat type deals.
He's going to Honda after that.
Yeah, that's the only words you want to get money at. I suppose then we had Trackhouse Racing.
Another type. Two people are too nice.
That livery is it's interesting.
It is, yeah. I was very surprised with Gulf, so I kind of understand where that little bit of baby blue is coming in, the stickers and all that, but it kind of looks very basic. Do you know what I mean? And their riders, I don't know. Like, I think Raul is in the same place as Alex Marquez.
Oh yeah.
But he's also the same as Bezzecchi. Like if it doesn't work for him this year, like get the fuck out. You know what I mean?
I think he's in the same spot as what's his face, Marco, the Yamaha rider, or the Ducati rider. Yeah.
Morbidelli. Yeah.
How in the world does he get a ride kind of guy? Another guy with 30 pistols.
Valentino.
Yeah. It is an interesting thing. Like Raul Fernandez, he got really good equipment. Now look, like I will not defend him, but like changing a bike halfway through the season makes no fucking sense at all. Like for me, I think what they were trying to do and what the aim was with the 2023 bike was to have him on that with the new tire, so they could cross-reference between the 23 and the 24. Realistically, they were sacrificing his season for data. And like, he was a test rider, to be fair. Not sure if you remember at Phillip Island, he did a race without any aero at all. And to understand the pure mechanical base of the bike. But again, changing a bike in the middle of the season from a 23 to 24, which always has little different concepts of how you do things, just really gave him an excuse to be shit. You know what I mean? And it did. I'm learning the bike. I'm doing this. I'm doing that. And as I class him, he has a, how would I say, he's learning from the school of Maverick Vinales excuses. It's there's always something. It's never him. It's always something to do with the bike. Where he can't just say, look, I'm not getting on with the bike. I can't do this, I can't do that, or it's me, you know what I mean? It's always the bike did this, the bike's not doing this, I can't feel it, or the team, rather than just being fucking.
They never blame themselves. It's always the bike or some situation. Outer situation. Yeah. So I don't.
Yeah, it's just kind of weird. Like I just kind of think it's one of those things. And Raul, realistically, this year he has to fucking deliver.
We said that last year though, and he
yeah.
I can't believe it.
But he had one good race, and they're like, okay.
Okay, yeah. There you go. You had an amazing year, one good result. But like I think he's definitely on what I would class as life support.
And who's not on life support? Pedro Acosta, they're already talking about him going to Ducati.
Well, yeah, that's well known that his manager has had a chat with Ducati.
Where would he go? Would it be what team though?
I reckon it'll be Gresini next year if it does happen.
Yeah.
Okay.
Go fit his ass in there somewhere.
It'll be worth it.
Yep.
Oh yeah. Listen, they'd have to put him in there. Like you couldn't not. Like if there's an opportunity to sign him, absolutely have to. Like there's. Like it's the same as Mark. If the opportunity is there, you gotta try. But saying those, it's one of those things. Like you look at Agora, then next to him. Like if Agora comes in and fucking outdoes him, he's definitely
They're gonna move him to like a test rider position.
Yeah. So like with Agora, like he did well last year. Obviously, I think he won the championship, didn't he?
Yeah. So, he won the
Moto2.
Yeah.
But I just don't know. I don't know how he's going to handle the changeover. But then saying that, he's probably in one of the best teams to do a changeover. Do you know what I mean? Because as you alluded to a while ago, Jake, Aprilia are very forgiving and loving and this, that, and the other, and they will give him the time to do it. Like, and we'll talk about the next person in a minute, but there's a lot of competition coming for 2027, right? So it'll be interesting, but there is still a good number of seats available for 2026. There's a lot of riders still on either 1 year left in their contract or on a 1 year deal this year. So I wouldn't write anything out. We then had Gresini on Saturday release their bikes. Baby blue, I just.
What is this baby blue? No bike looks good in baby blue. I'm sorry, I can't think of one.
I just don't know, to be fair. Baby blue, not 100% on it, but the livery looks okay other than the baby blue.
Yeah, and Mark Marquez's livery of red on light red.
No, but that was just his own private one.
I sure as hell hope so, because that's one of the worst ones I've ever seen.
But he couldn't run anything. He couldn't run any sponsorship or all of that crap.
Well, he's still using. That's the thing. I'm like, he's still using it. I'm like, when is this thing going to switch over?
Well, it's actually switching over today. So, but we'll talk about Gresini. So Alex Marquez came out and he was like, I'm the team leader and I'm this, and it's very fucking stupid comments to be making, like really fucking stupid comments. The team told me I'm the team leader. I have to get most of the points. And I get it, like putting pressure on himself, and yes, he should outdo the
rookie.
He should outdo the rookie, but it's one of those dangerous things, and like okay, and I said this with Agora, I'm not sure if he's ready. I'm not sure if Fermin Aldegar is ready. And we haven't seen enough of them on the big bikes to have a good gauge of them, right? But if they come in and they blow their vastly more experienced teammate out of the fucking ocean, did you know what I mean? Like if they do to if they do to their teammate what Acosta did to Augusto Fernandez, like Acosta made Augusto look
amateur.
He's invisible.
Yeah. And if that happens, again, you have two riders there definitely in the ejection seat, that will be pushed out, done, gone. But
I think they should.
Brain fart when you said who was going to replace our boy. David Emmett would be a good choice for that. Because he's a great announcer. He's been around forever. He knows the stuff back and forth. He's on that podcast, Paddock Podcast. Two other good guys too was on that show, but he would be the top pick for him all day long.
Okay.
Just letting you know before it sinks out of my mind again.
Yeah, but look, I think Alex kind of is one of those things. Like, he's under pressure now this year. He is going to have to perform every weekend. Last year was fine, and Mark was there, and Mark would be kind of bringing the excitement to the team and this and that and the other. And one of the things I can definitely say for sure is there's going to be far less partying in the Gresini garage this year than there was last year. Do you know what I mean? The stupid dancing and fucking whatever you see on after, you know what I mean? But it will be. I think you won't see Gresini up as high, I would think, this year.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, by another question. Hey, it makes me feel good sometimes. You pat yourself on the back.
I'm stretching.
Stretching out. Tardazzi, I think it was an interview with Tardazzi or Gigi, and they were talking about Mark getting along with everybody and can they do it, and is there going to be a problem? He says, "Yeah, the only thing I worry about is bash passing, which is a term we coined."
Yeah.
So see, that somebody has to be listening to us.
Rubbing and racing.
He didn't say that. Yeah, he did.
Yeah. And we've had a few of those Bam Martins, remember?
But Japanese inferior bikes, remember that? Inferior engineering.
Oh, he had to. He had to bash pass on the Honda.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. But that went through too. People were pissed off, but that became like second nature when they kept saying Japanese inferior engineering.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah. No, we've coined a few phrases that have been picked up. To be fair, but let's not gloat about it.
Hey.
Let's be
I'm sorry, my hands.
Smug look on our faces.
Mm-hmm.
So look,
we also just said it was the Honda was hiding behind the rider before anybody else too.
We did.
Mm-hmm.
We did. Yeah. No. Excuse me. It's late here, and I'm really going to the pub. Anyway,
Cat's running low. You know what I mean? He's like
the alcohol. Yeah.
He's like Ultraman, but an Irish Ultraman. The light keeps going off. He's out of beer. He needs a pint. You know what I mean?
Charge it up.
100%. Yeah. I didn't actually have a pint during this week at all, which is very rare. I normally have a couple of beers at some stage during the week, but no. So definitely running low on alcohol reserves.
Guinness, man, can you find it? Yeah.
I wouldn't drink Guinness at all, man. Jesus Christ!
I thought you guys love that crap.
Some do, yeah. Some do. I wouldn't be a Guinness person.
No.
I shit my hands and clap now before I drink a pint of that.
I tried it. I was like, "Oh God, how do you do it?"
It's not an Irish beer, is it?
It is, yeah. Stout. It's a stout. Yeah. So
it's a cross between beer and coffee.
Yeah, yeah, but you don't need to eat when you drink stout. Like, do you know what I mean? It makes you full.
You
like,
chew on it. Yeah, you just chew on it. Yeah.
Yes. So in some places it's like syrup. Yeah. What was I going to say? Yeah. So what you call it? So when obviously people
Ducati,
when this goes, huh?
You need to get a new Ducati. We bust the shoes all the time, folks. The new 2025.
The new 2025. If anyone wants to send me the 35,000 euros because of the taxes, I will. Like what is it? Like it's 10 grand of a difference between here and there. Like, do you know what I mean? So, yeah.
Please donate to the cause.
Yeah. I couldn't take that money and spend it on a bike and on my young fella. A bike that I probably ride twice a week. do you know what I mean? So anyway, yeah, I'd love one, but they're fucking outrageously priced here. Like
I was gonna say,
sickening.
You can pass it down to him. That'll be his.
Well, that's because your country, folks. We've talked about it's 35 there, and here it's 25 or 26. It's that much of a difference.
Yeah.
Well, that's euro. They're using the euro, right?
Yeah, but it's not. No, I'm not talking about the euro transaction. I'm just saying they get taxed out the wazoo.
Yep. And fuck you, Mr. Taxman.
Yeah. The taxmen in Ireland are not friendly.
They're not. No. And if you don't pay them, they get even less friendly. Anyway, what was I going to say? So, as people are probably watching this, actually, probably very low amount of people are watching this on Monday, because Monday is the day where the Lenovo Ducati team is launched. And if you're on the socials and whatnot, you've seen kind of little sneak peeks over the weekend.
So it's Monday when they're having their unveiling.
So Monday today, which is when people are watching this. Today is Saturday.
Yeah.
But when we're filming it, but when people are watching this, it is today, Monday.
Oh, okay.
Which is the same day as the launch.
Well, I must have missed a couple of days somewhere along the line.
That wouldn't be anything new, Jake. But yeah, so it's the biggest question in the paddock really this year is, can these two fuckers coexist? Like, you know? And Gigi, by all means, is a cranky fucking Italian godfather who gets his way with whatever he wants, except until the flag drops.
Yeah,
you know, and I can't see Mark backing down from Pecco and Pecco backing down from Mark. Like, you can't.
We already know what's going to happen.
Yeah.
But I mean, they should have it in the bag, though, if you think about it, right?
Yeah. Well, look, I think it's going to be.
I think that the engine freeze on the European brand beat the hell out of Aprilia. Sorry.
So that's more reason that Ducati should have
absolute bullshit. I'll say it again. Everybody should be on a same playing field. But you know, I say it all the time.
Yeah. Listen, I don't disagree with you. I think, you know, the concessions and all this is quite a lot of bollocks, but it is what it is. We are where we are. Do you know what I mean? It's no point complaining in a fight that you have when you already know that you've one hand tied behind your back. You know what I mean? You can't turn around and say, well, you know, the problem is that Ducati have one hand tied behind their back and they're still winning. You know, that's like, if you were losing, you could say, well, I lost because I had one hand tied behind my back, but Ducati are just getting faster.
This fanboy thing's getting outrageous. I mean, I'm an Aprilia fan, but I'm not saying I don't think Aprilia should get any favors because they have less money or anything. But Christ, they have videos out now. It said if the bikes will not last 5,000 miles, 25 bikes, and you think it was going to be one of those Chinese bikes? Here it's all the European bikes. So these guys are nuts. They're putting out all this anti-European bike rhetoric out.
Who is this?
I remember the guy that was always the Chinese guy that was writing all this shit. MotoGP. The Chinese fanboy guy. He's now putting out videos of anti-European because the Japanese are getting their ass kicked on every level now. I mean, they got to fix their home fires. Also with the racing, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, look, we've kind of gone through about those fucking dickheads that are making up fake shit and clickbait and all of this. And
what I'm saying is that the Chinese are getting they're going after the Japanese.
Chinese are going after everyone. It's not just
concentrating on the little on their bread and butter bikes, but they're going after everybody. But
they're going after everyone. Like you can see it in Europe with the EVs and all of this. Like China are just fucking pumping them in. Like,
they're going crazy with EVs.
Yeah, pumping them in, pumping like it's crazy. But anyway, look, yeah, you know. I think everything will be fine for the first 3 or 4 races. But then I think there'll be a fucking grenade thrown into the fucking room somewhere, and then all fucking shit is going to thing. Like, and lads, look, we know with Mark, like he can create tantrums, and like you look at it in the box there, for example. Some days now, fucking Gigi, while they're out racing, will be sitting in fucking Pecco's seat. You know what I mean? And Mark will take fucking, why are you sitting in his seat? Like, do you know what I mean? Why aren't you sitting in my seat? Do you know what I mean? Is he your favorite? And, you know, you can see it come. And for all these fucking idiots that are going to turn around and say, well, Mark has already said that Pecco is number 1 in the team. That's bollocks. No, he might say that.
Yeah.
He might say that. He doesn't fucking mean that, you know.
What he says in his head, yeah, he's the number 1 on the team, but he's leaving out for now. That's what he's thinking for now.
Yeah. But look, he doesn't even believe that he's number 1 or your man is number 1 in the team. He believes he is number 1. You know what I mean? And you know, like I think it's always. I think people are starting to become wise to Mark's prickliness. Do you know what I mean, with the media and how he tries to use it?
It's like what you said. It's like the Rossi and Lorenzo situation. Same thing.
Yeah. And like, listen, look, it's very clear. Like within the Lenovo team, there's an awful lot of information shared. Right, I can guarantee you, on the mornings of race days, any fucking setup that's found or something that's found, they'll start, you know, when things get prickly, they'll start fucking holding back on, well, actually, we tried this and it worked much better. Do you know what I mean?
Swapping tires at the last minute, all that
bullshit, putting it down to one way or the other. Now, look, we know Mark can go and run the harder tires and get the most out of it, more so than anyone else. So I don't think you would be not expecting that, but I think it's, you know, and you know, I trust the fella Ross Braun an awful lot, and like he said on the grid when they asked him about Marquez or Martin, and he said I would go with Martin, that it would keep more harmony within the team. Now this guy was head of Ferrari, well, chief technical officer of Ferrari during the Michael Schumacher era. He then went to he took a sabbatical to go fishing, and then he came back with Braun GP, or with Honda, and then Braun GP, and he won the world championship with Braun, and then he was with Mercedes, and then he went into Formula One management itself. So this guy knows the dynamics of a team and 2 roosters in a hen house and all of this stuff. Do you know what I mean? So I think it's going to be a bit stressful, I think, at some points for the Ducati team, not with the on-track results, but with what's going on in the box. And I think if Netflix are watching, that's a very, very good documentary to make. You know what I mean?
Huh? That will be perfect. They're doing that with Netflix, right?
I don't know what they're doing.
Because of
Liberty
Media. So what's
so
that?
Liberty Media have Drive to Survive for Formula One already, which is that type of thing, which would be great. But I don't know whether they'd get that sort of access to Marquez or not, or even would it cross the thing. And remember, the Liberty Media deal is fucking on hold now till June or July or whatever it is, So, so now look, it will still probably most likely go through, right? But
it's not going through at this point.
Well, yeah, but the EU fucking commission are fucking wrapping it up in fucking red tape there now for a while. So,
if they're doing that, they're looking for something, and I'm sure they'll break somewhere and give them what they want.
Probably
they're looking for money. Yes, it's money. It's definitely money.
Yeah. Well, look, the minute they started using the word monopoly, you knew money was somewhere. You know what I mean? So, but
I would want for the head of the FIM, Mac, and for use 2CB for Dorna, running Dorna.
Who me? No.
Yeah.
I would.
Yeah.
We would be back.
I'll run FIM, then we'll see what changes.
He can take your guys' spot.
Yeah, I would have everything back to spoke wheels.
Yeah, you would.
Stroke engines.
That's why I FIM to me. That's why it came to FIM to me.
He wants to run the Agostini.
Yeah,
bikes. Those bikes.
That's why I put FIM. I'm the one. I'll have them with wings and movable wings and
fucking airplanes and. Yeah, like Jake will have it there that the wheels must touch the ground only in the braking phase. They can fly. They don't have to be in contact in the middle of the corner or a corner exit.
Yeah. Put a hybrid system in.
Yeah. So look, it's
rotaries. Okay.
Yeah. Oh, rotaries are badass, whether you know it or not.
They are, yeah. They're class, and they sound fucking wicked. And I mean, wicked, like yeah. I suppose then, like a lot of is being made out of the Marquez and Bagnaia thing, and there was a big hullabaloo there about their first meeting as official teammates. During the week, apparently last Friday or whatever, and then this weekend there's the plan on the ski event in Italy, I think. So I don't know. Look, it's a very, very interesting relationship that's going to develop over the course of the season, and I was talking actually to a friend of mine, Axel. He's Spanish, massive Marquez fan, and I was like, you do fucking realize that, right? And this is kind of the impossible position that things are in, right? Is that if Marquez wins the championship on a Ducati, right? There's going to be people saying, well, he couldn't win it on the fucking Honda, so he got on the best bike and he won it, right? So people are going to talk about the bike. Then we have the thing that if he doesn't win the championship and Pecco beats him on the Ducati, then is it the bike? Well, it's not, because
it will be him.
It would be him. Is it the rider? So, and then there's like, if Mark does win it on it, is Mark the greatest rider? Then if Mark doesn't win it and Pecco wins it, is it because Pecco is better, or is it because, and we know what the Marc Marquez fans are going to say, well, Pecco has like 5 years experience on the Ducati and Mark is only 2. And at the end of the day, lads, like Mark has fucking 10 years more experience than fucking Pecco in MotoGP, right? He's far the most experienced rider, should be able to adapt to a bike that actually fucking
adapt
turns.
a lot faster than people think. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
In my opinion,
They
they
okay.
adapt. They've been riding since they were like knee highs. They adapt fast.
Okay,
you know?
so the way I put it, the way I put it like this, right, is Mark going from riding on a Honda to riding on a Ducati, right, is like the difference between riding in the wet and the dry.
Yeah.
Right? So you're on a bike, it's wet, it doesn't turn, she spins up, there's no grip, you can't make the bike do what you want it to do. You're in the dry, you have grip, it turns, it does what you want it to do majority of the time, maybe not to the and that is for me is the thing of the jump from the Ducati from the Honda to the Ducati was he got on a bike that was sorted. Right? It was, right?
Yeah.
All he had to do was dial himself into how that bike needs to be ridden or wants to be ridden. Yeah. And off he goes. Like if you put Pedro Acosta on a Ducati from a KTM, the results will be the same.
Yeah.
Guaranteed Pedro Acosta will win 3 or 4 races, even on the 23 with the crazy front end that no one liked. Pedro Acosta wouldn't give a shit, he'd ride fucking through it. Do you know what I mean? Different levels. Right? So like for me, when I'm looking at it, you know, whatever happens this season, there's going to be an excuse, one way or the other. You know what I mean? If he wins it, it's great, and other people will say, "Well, it's the bike." If he doesn't win it, the Marc Marquez fans will say, "Oh well, you know," and there's no excuse, right? He's going to have the exact same equipment as Pecco. The bike is new to them both. It's about who can get a handle on it fastest and build a gap. That's it.
This is really what we need, to be honest, because you have two of the best riders in in MotoGP, and they're on equal equipment. So this should be the best battle we'll be able to see.
This is why I used to love watching Moto 2, Moto 2, and Moto 3, right? Because they're all on the fucking same thing. Same horsepower, same fucking thing. All right, different little bits of
same
suspension,
engines,
exhaust, and whatnot, right? But it's the rider that comes out in it. And what we're going to witness this year, in my view, is we're going to witness, the master and apprentice, right? And I know it's a bit rude calling Pecco, who is a 2-time MotoGP champion, an apprentice, but he is, in compared to the amount of titles that Mark has. All of a sudden, lads, and I'll put it this way to you, if Pecco does topple Mark this year,
he's one of the greats already, though. You got
it. But that's the thing, and that's in his mentality, and you could see it this year when he lost it. He was like, and he mentioned this actually after it, and he was like, I feel like Mark in 2013, 14, whatever it was, when he lost the title. And he came back, and 15 maybe, and he came back and he won it, right? And you're like, that's probably going to drive Pecco on, like, do you know what I mean? Losing it, like, I will tell, I believe Pecco lost that championship in Barcelona, the first time that they were there, when he crashed out of the sprint. That was when the championship was lost for him, realistically. But saying that, I think this year coming, we saw a little bit of the attitude from Pecco, especially in Malaysia when he went toe to toe with Martin. Something had to give there. Do you know what I mean? And neither of them were going to. Do you know what I mean? So it was either going to be a machine, or it was going to be curtains for both of them. But anyway, I just think, I think it's going to be pretty interesting to watch this. I suppose play out over the course of the season. There will be a lot of ups and downs, I would definitely think. pendulum would swing one way or the other.
By the way, did you see all the sponsors that the Aprilia got?
I did.
Yeah,
I did.
I thought that too. When they said they didn't have enough money, they let the engine freeze go for money. I thought they have the number one plate. The sponsors are going to come as soon as they see it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but they still don't have a title sponsor.
Freeze off. You know, go with the development and pick up the money from the new sponsors. So somebody wouldn't stick their nuts out, and they went with that. You know.
Yeah, but they still don't have a title sponsor, which I find ludicrous in this day and age.
Yeah. But it's still, if you might not have a title sponsor, but if you got enough little sponsors, it makes a big package.
Well, like they have Castrol small, Green Power small sticker on the side of the bike, Sterlgarda small again.
Red Bull.
They don't have Red Bull on it, no.
Yeah.
They don't.
Somebody was kidding me. They had Red Bull in the helmet.
Jorge's Red Bull, right?
Well, it's Jorge, but that's a personal sponsor.
That's personal.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. That's a personal sponsor. He's a Red Bull affiliated rider.
Can they put it on the bike? If he has it on his helmet, can they put it on the bike as well?
Yeah, if they pay for it.
Yeah, of course. If they're paying, exactly. It's down to money. They're not going to put it on that advertising space for free.
That's right.
But yeah, it is. They do have a good number of small sponsors, though. You are right there, but I don't know. Like, I would have thought at this stage a team like Aprilia would have had a title sponsor.
If they do well, they don't have to win the title. But even if they do well, they'll probably that would pull a major sponsor for them.
Well, yeah, like they did well in 22, in 23, was it? Yeah, they did well in 23.
Times are tough, too. That doesn't help matters.
It does, but like Rivola has come out and said it's kind of one of his biggest failings so far is not being able to find one.
Yeah.
So is their price too high? Are they overvaluing themselves?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
I said, I don't know if CB, were you listening to when we said all the auto manufacturers are in debt, billions and billions of dollars. Honda's in debt $55 billion and taking on $9 billion with two more companies.
That's why Honda and the car companies, they merged together because of the debt.
But the merger has $9 billion. It's not a help. That's a anchor.
Yeah. That is a smell of government loans all over.
That's government loans. Yeah. Suzuki lost another $1 billion.
Oh well, God loves Suzuki. I'd love to try it. But anyway, yeah, I think that's about it for me this week. I think it's just I can't wait, lads. I can't fucking wait. We're realistically 2 weeks away from testing. Do you know what I mean? I can actually talk about bikes again rather than hypothetical if good maybe. Yeah, and get out my MotoGP Mac.
We're better at being hypothetical than these sites are with the 25 worst bikes ever won't go 5,000 miles. They had that. I'm like, they talking about? They has to be talking about Chinese things. And it's like Triumphs. One thing about Triumphs are they're not the best at anything, but they're good at everything.
They're all rounders. Yeah.
And they're as reliable as an anvil. Okay, saying they're not going to last 5,000 miles is like ludicrous.
Well, an old Triumph now wouldn't have been that fucking reliable. To be fair,
and that's probably the reason they're so dependable now. You know what I mean? Listen, you have a reputation
an old school
for leaking oil. You gotta get rid of it.
An old school one would have been.
They leak oil all over the place.
Yeah, well, look, an old school Triumph and two-stroke Aprilia RS250 are the same sort of thing. They decide when they want to go for a spin. So it doesn't matter if you get dressed up to go for your spin. You can kick the living shit out of it, and it may start or it may not, depending on.
That's all them old two strokes,
Gotta love them. I don't know. Like I obviously have a few two strokes, but my favorite thing to do is create my own 420 day, and I go to the garage, start the bike. Have the garage doors closed, let the whole garage fill up with pure white smoke. come out of the shed and leave all the smoke come out, and all my neighbors think that I'm a massive fucking pothead.
Oh man.
Oh, by the way, did you see that street bike that has a rotary engine, a 500cc rotary engine? And he says it's not even worked. It only has 2 rotors. 500cc has 180 horsepower.
I was gonna say only has 2. 2 is a lot.
What, 2 rotors?
Mm-hmm.
No, they have.
In a bike though?
Yeah, they up them. It doesn't make a difference. You just make them thinner. You know what I mean?
Make them smaller. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Crazy. If they had, there must be rules against it. A rule because crazy. If they had rotary engines at 1,000 cc's, there wouldn't be any question of who has more power because they'd have so much power that would make it a moot point. Like the only thing anybody's doing is trying to catch up with the suspension. You know, make the suspension work.
I thought the emissions were bad on the rotors, the rotaries.
It's not great. Like
no, but we're talking about racing, so you know.
Emissions don't really matter.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Unless you're in a World Superbike trying to do your rotary shit.
Yeah.
Somebody should do it. I wish they would allow them to do it.
But the rotaries and rotaries about the perfect, almost the perfect racing engine.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, on that bombshell, we will wrap it up for this week. It is nearly time to go and get lubricated.
Right.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Got that light off.
That was very bad. That sounds very bad. Yeah, go get lubricated. But yeah, look, it's.
That's why I say that. I can see Ultraman sitting in a bar, an Irish bar, going, "Man, I almost missed it." Lights flashing on his chest. They're close time.
Yeah. Well, like so,
the red and silver suit. You know, remember when you were a kid?
Like it's nearly 9 p.m. here, so you know, I'd be lucky now if I'm home for 3:30, 4 o'clock in the morning. Like,
I don't know how you do it, buddy.
It's time. It's time to
and like Joe, just in case any police or anything, or that's like a 3-hour walk home from the pub. You know that's 96 steps away from my house. Sober steps. Perfect. Sober. I only ever count going over. Never count coming home. Well, if I actually did count coming home, it would be a fucking disappointing fucking night, wouldn't it? On that bombshell, we'll wrap it up there. Have a good one, folks, and we will see you all again next week.
All right.